All right, so let's try a little bit harder of a question involving absolute value. Let's try something like the absolute value of 3x plus 2 minus 4 equals 8. Okay, again, what we got to do is we have to isolate the absolute value. So we have to isolate the bars first. So to do that, we got to draw our line. And then the first thing we got to do is we got to get rid of that 4. Because it's outside the bars. Anything that's outside the bars needs to be taken to the other side. So to do that, we have to add it. We're going to drop down our absolute value of 3x plus 2. And we're going to set that equal to 12. Because 8 plus 4 is 12. Now, just like the last problem that we looked at, we have to take this absolute value and we have to set it equal to 12. And we have to set it equal to negative 12. So we set up two equations where 3x plus 2 equals 12 and 3x plus 2 equals negative 12. And then what we do is we have to solve this. So we, again, draw our lines. And so what we have is we have this like 3 equation thing that we have to solve here. And we have to do this every time because we have to account for the negative part. So we will subtract by 2. We will get 3x equals 10. We'll divide by 3. And x is going to equal 10 over 3, which is about 3 1/3. Now, we're just going to solve the other side the same way. And if you notice, it's going to be the same progression. It's going to be subtract 2 from both sides. It's going to be divide by 3. But notice my answers are going to be different this time. And they're not going to be the opposites. Okay? And so what I get is I get x equals negative 14 over 3. So now I have two different answers. Now, my answers are allowed to be negative, right? So when we talk about absolute value, it's like, well, it's never negative. Well, it is as long as when I plug it back in, it makes this 8. That's the whole idea of what we're doing here. If we plug both of these answers back into my top equation, it should give us 8. And it does.